So you're reading an article online when you get an instant message with a link to a funny photo, which of course you have to share. And now you're reading your Facebook news wall, which sends you to a video of a panda bear attacking a kid. And now you're reading Wikipedia to learn everything you can about the violent behavior of panda bears. And this is what 3 minutes on the internet can be like. We live like this all the time, and it has to have some kind of effect on us.
How many hours of screen time do you get each day?
Probably 8 hours.
How many hours of screen time do you get every day?
6 hours usually.
How many hours of screen time do you get every day?
I'll probably say about 6 hours.
How many hours of screen time do you get every day?
I believe I'm on my phone 24 hours a day.
The net is making us more superficial as thinkers.
That is Nicholas Carr. He is the author of The Shallows, What the Internet is Doing to Our Brains. To understand this whole thing better, we need to go way back in time, to say, like, the prehistoric age.
You wanted to know everything going on around you, because the more you knew about your surroundings, the less likely you were to get attacked by a predator. And there's even evidence that our brains release some dopamine, pleasure-producing neurotransmitter chemical, to reward us for seeking out and finding new information.
So getting distracted felt good and helped us stay alive.
What types of things do you use the internet for?
I use the internet for work, schoolwork, homework, video games, YouTube videos.
What types of things do you use the internet for?
I use it for a few things, communication, emails, social media, and movies.
What types of things do you use the internet for?
Online shopping, and Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat.
But the problem is that nowadays, predators aren't much of an issue, but we still have the same brains. And also, there's the internet, which is...
It's an incredibly information-rich environment that the net creates for us, and that's why we use it so much. I mean, sounds, pictures, words, text. And what this tends to do is promote a sort of compulsive behavior in which we're constantly checking our smartphone, constantly glancing at our email inbox. We're kind of living in this perpetual state of distraction and interruption.
How many times do you check your email or phone each day?
Probably 20 times.
How many times do you check your phone or email?
If I had to put a number on it, it'd probably be in the thousands because I'm constantly always on my phone.
How many times do you check your phone or email each day?
I check it constantly throughout the day.
Of thinking crowds out the more contemplative, calmer modes of thinking.
And that focused, calm thinking is actually how we learn. It's a process called memory consolidation.
And that means the transfer of information from our short-term working memory to our long-term memory. And it's through moving information from your working memory to your long-term memory that you create connections between that information and everything else you know.
How often do you get on the internet?
I get on the internet quite a lot.
How often do you get on the internet?
I get on the internet all day, every day. I'm literally connected to the internet at 24 hours a day.
How often do you get on the internet?
About 10 times a day.
So you've got this awesome life-changing piece of information in your short-term memory, but then you hear that email ding and poof, there it goes. That email takes its place and you never get a chance to learn anything, all because of one distraction.
So attention is the key, and if we lose control of our attention or are constantly dividing our attention, then we don't really enjoy that consolidation process.
But I can hear it now. Someone out there is saying, what does learning matter if all the information in the world is just a Google search away? Well...
that is kind of shortchanging our intellects. If that's the way you're using your mind, just kind of searching very quickly and finding information and then forgetting it very quickly, you're never building knowledge. You're kind of thinking like a computer.
Which means that our very humanity is at stake. And it would be a shame if we all got assimilated because, well, humanity is pretty neat.
Do you think it's better to learn and know things or know how to find information on Google?
I think both are important, but I think it's more important to learn and know things.
It's better to learn and know things or know how to find information on Google?
I think it's better to learn and know things than to find information.
Do you think it's better to learn and know things or know how to find information on Google?
I believe it's better to learn and know things, because if you learn and know things, then it'll retain, like you'll learn it and you'll know it a lot for a longer period of time rather than just Googling it.
Do you think it's better to learn and know things or know how to find information on Google?
I think both are very important, because if you want to get to something very fast, you can use Google, but you could also benefit from just reading stuff on your own.
I really believe that if you look at the great monuments of culture, they come from people who are able to pay attention, who control their mind. That's what allows us to think in the highest terms, and think conceptually, think critically, think in some very creative ways.
And it's this kind of thinking that's at risk, being eroded one cute cat video at a time. Don't get us wrong, the internet is good for lots of things, and it should be celebrated. But the best thing we can do for our minds is to find some time every day to unplug, calm down, and focus on one thing at a time. Your email, and those cats, will be here when you get back.
After all our interviews of people who works around technology all day long, thinks the internet is a pretty good place to learn things, and a place that you can enjoy things, like video games or YouTube. Most people agree with us that you need to be able to take a break from the internet or technology, to just go outside or do something better than watching a screen for hours at a time. If people keep being addicted to the internet, then it can really start affecting kids and adults of all ages, and how all of them act. Most kids at the age of 13 to 18 tend to get mad if they need to get off technology. And because kids are getting angrier at something that is easy to set aside, if you just go outside and you don't become addicted to the internet, newer generations won't get so mad, and they won't be so addicted. And they will finally realize there is a world after all.